Hey Jenna, what's up? Having some audio issues like normal. I don't know why I can't hear the game. Let's see here.
I hope so. God, I miss the open road.
There we go. Turn that down just a little bit.
You just work on getting better. I still got some work to do on the bike, and we gotta stock up on some gear. But once you're patched up, we're out of here. Deacon out. Good night. Got you. Get in there. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
That?
Okay.
Okay.
Horizon a couple weeks ago? I think I had gone to Horizon to check out, they had like a Biggie concert there or some shit. I was just showing Darius, but I missed the live concert, so they had a Post Malone concert and they had a Biggie concert. What the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? So the next time they have a concert, I'm gonna try to go. The Biggie concert was really cool.
I can fix this.
No, I've just mostly been playing Demio.
Shit.
Let's try that again. That was not very cool. I missed that ram completely. Let's try this again. Here we go. Whee! Okay. I haven't played this game since April, so kind of forgot like what I'm doing, all the controls. You know, basically it's like I'm playing the game for the first time again. Also forgot if I'm supposed to be trying to loot. Like this ambulance right here would be a good idea. I hear like a bear or something.
Ammo's gone.
What have you been doing on your Oculus? Anything exciting? Haven't seen you on at all. Oh shit.
Okay.
This looks like a real men's bathroom at a concert, not like a dystopian zombie infested world bathroom.
It doesn't look too bad.
You know what does look bad is I don't have a lot of fuel.
More scrap.
Forest of horror, huh?
this is it. Yeah, oh, this camp is good.
Yeah, nah, you gotta leave the bike out here, Deke, or it'll pull all of them down on you.
Warehouse. Yeah, that looks like the kind of place you want to call home, yeah. Oh, that pulls up real good.
Freeze!
Damn. Hey, what's up, Catherine? Sorry. I was in an intense battle there. Didn't look down at the screen. This is gonna be really hard to do with no ammo.
All right. Fire in the hole. Okay. Oh, there's gotta be a nest in this shack. Oh, yeah, a nest. Okay, you boys just keep right on sleeping. Don't pay no attention to me.
bounties. Get in there. Whew. Okay. Bam. Might be useful. Come on, boys and girls. Okay, one nest done.
Oh, y'all just gonna keep coming, huh? Alright, how about some bullets? Bullets would be nice. That looks like something I can pick up, but no. Can I break this? No. Where do I find supplies? Hatchet.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, I can work with that. Is there anything in this dumpster? No, apparently that is dumpster dive. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm about to say, where'd my ass go? Alright,
Over
this
here? Yep.
yeah. Can I not get anything off this nasty tow truck? Oh, what is this? A rag and a box of nails? Need kerosene.
Catch! Come on, you sons of bitches, come on! Down you go!
Man. That's what I don't understand. Am I done with the nest, or is there more cleaning I need to do?
Could make something out of this.
Yeah, we sure damn could, couldn't we? That looks like a nest right there.
How'd you like that? Huh? Come on, you sons of bitches, come on!
Come on, police car's gotta have some bullets in it, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At last.
Ooh, kerosene, I need that. Need that. I don't know what I'm doing with these nails, but can you? Whoa. These zombies are not living up to code. Okay, why am I running around with this bear trap? Did I finish? You have to forgive me, guys. I really have no clue what I'm doing. Oh. I need more kerosene? What's that? A level and a hammer that I can't grab. Some more tools that I can't grab. Oh, and my hatchet's gonna break. That sucks. Alright, well I guess I'm done here. Gas.
Son of a bitch! Let's see what I can do. Okay.
Can't remember where you go to get gas in this game, but I know when you run out of gas, you gotta push this motorcycle, and it takes forever and a day. What do we got here? This is like, it don't look like somewhere I find gas, but it looks like somewhere I might find some stuff. Alright, maybe there could be some gas here. I don't know. They wouldn't send me in this room for nothing, would they? Apparently they would. I don't know how many times I'm gonna do that before I remember what it does.
A sniper ambush on the road. Oh, shit.
Can't hide in here. They see me.
Why is that? Why am I? Why is somebody trying to snipe me? I don't understand. I thought we were all together. Like, we're human. Oh shit. I don't like it here. I'm gonna leave. My motor. Can you pick your bike up and let's get going? Let's get going. What are you doing? Get on the bike. Oh my god.
I know where you're at. He's not moving. Damn it, they're down.
He said dumbass. Yeah. I guess that was kind of dumb. And they brought me back here. My motorcycle.
How'd you like that? Huh? Come on, you sons of bitches, come on! Another bounty.
I gotta search all this stuff again, or I really just want that kerosene.
I got a use for you.
Apparently some nails. Okay, and that bottle. Definitely use that. Where's that kerosene? Yeah, give me that kerosene. Okay, now I can make some more. Make one Molotov. Oh, and I need to find the police car. I'm starving.
Good.
I'm trying to think what I want to eat. Oh.
Okay.
I think there's only one option. It's gonna have to be a breakfast sandwich, sausage, egg, and cheese. And that's the only thing I have that I can heat up, and I damn sure I'm not cooking. Where's the police car? Pickle fry? That sounds
Use
good.
this. Okay. Finally.
No, I'm not fucking with that sniper this time. Where's my bike? Oh, I have skill points. Okay. So, clear out those nests. 2 out of 6.
Oh, warehouse. Yeah, that looks like the kind of place you want to call home, yeah.
Get out of here with that shit. How did I miss all of this the last time? Like this big ass building.
God damn it, what you all shit yourself at once? Jesus Christ.
Does that mean that the smell is not... Is that a gas can? No, it's a fucking toolbox. I'm so blind.
Oh, goddamn freaks. What the hell are you doing in here? Huh? This place is a death trap. Getting kind of cold out here. Thought I'd help you out.
Now, wait a minute. Can't I... Aha. Oh, this is another one right here.
That'll warm you up.
I need more kerosene now, though. I don't have any. Alright. So I know what I need to do. I just need to find... Oh. Get out of here with that. Where y'all keep the kerosene at around here, or the gas, either one, so I can actually leave. Nope. Ugh. Okay, definitely use that. I could carry these barrels, that would be amazing. What's up, Charlene? If you were a kerosene jug, where would you be? Why I can't steal gas out of these cars? I feel like I'm like forgetting a major component of this game. I just heard somebody scream. Were they screaming for ice cream? You scream, I scream, we all scream for... What is that? That looks like something I don't need. I hear some stupidness. Ah, there we go. I need more than one, thank you. Need more than one.
Okay.
This place used to be alright. It had the expensive Han brand lateral file cabinets. They spared no expense back in the day. Now, I wonder if they got some sort of fuel around here. Pickle fried. Y'all need to stop talking about food or I'm about to literally go make something right now because I am starving. I was wondering if you opened the door, bitch. That was a mistake, don't you think? Don't you think? Is that a freaking gas can? Front of my, I walked around that tow truck like 7 times and, okay. I wonder if I can now use this to blow up one of those nests. Where did the nest go?
Oh, Jesus. Well, better have a look around.
Where's the stairs? I swear there were stairs here. Okay. Oops. You burn in there. Alright, we got one more, which I think it's this. I hope so, because I only have one Molotov.
Come on, fellas. Is that the last of them? Finally. Boozer, it's done.
And I got a full
I
tank
cleared
of
those
gas.
nests. Should be less freaks on the mountain from now on.
Yeah.
Hey, Dig. How'd it go? Were there a lot of them?
Yeah, but I wanted to clear him while it was still light out. You know how the sunlight bothers him.
Yeah. That's probably the way to do it.
Probably is. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for doing that, Dig.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Get some shut-eye, Boozer.
How about, you
Get
know,
out.
some money for clearing that out for you? Oh, we got more problems sitting over here. What are you doing? Smelling shit over here? Ooh, right there in the hip with an axe. That looks like it hurt. Where's my bike? Still here. I was about to say. Oh. Sorry about your head. Alright, let's see what else. That's a long drive, but alright, I got gas, so hopefully I can make it. I love how this Harley Davidson performs better than any dirt bike I've ever ridden before. It's not sliding or nothing in the rain on the dirt up a hill. Ooh, oops. Definitely don't want to go down that. It's like a random car out here. It's kind of suspicious.
Finally.
Finally what? Y'all want to talk about Jamal? Let's talk about it. I'll give you 2 questions, one each. Anything you want to know about Jamal. Oh, buddy. What you shooting at me for? Dude. Number 1, now I'm almost dead because you can't drive. Swear to God, if I die from a motorcycle crash and not by a zombie. I don't know what that does. Feels disingenuous, but I'm optimistic at the moment, not listening. Hold that thought, Tim. Nope. It's a one-time offer that's about to expire. Is he still dating Veronica? Now, I guess I should have clarified. I thought by now we knew the rules. Anything that could be a plot line for a future story, if there were to be one, not denying or saying that there is, but that would be ineligible for a response. Pickaxe. Ah! Ooh, kerosene. Take that. And ammo. Thank you very much. What all did we get there? Oh, so now I actually have a full magazine for my... Is this gun really only... Oh. I had no idea I could make those. What else can I make? Well, look at that. Had no idea. Distraction rocks. Proximity mines. Hell no. Get my axe back. Well, this was definitely a nice little stop right here. Here. How much gas do I have?
I can fix this. It should do it.
Does he still have beef? I don't know that I would say he had beef with me. I think he defended himself from me having beef with him. And me, like, Jamal definitely is a little bit egotistical. And I think especially because, well, you can thank yourself, ladies, because let's be serious. I can't get on a 90-day page without reading about how hot Jamal is. And I think that that's gotten to his head. I think the TV shit is getting to his head. And I don't have anything against Jamal personally. You know, but don't think that he is a good partner for Veronica, but again, it's Veronica's life. However, it's like I tell everybody else that tells me to shut up and mind my own business. Number one, it's TV. Number two, there's a gas can. Veronica wants me to give her, whether she admits it or not, she wants my opinion. She asks me for it all the time. And I, you know, have to be honest and tell her the good and the bad. Not everything is always, you know, you can't ask somebody their opinion and then
Needed this.
just because they don't say what you want them to say, get mad.
That's it.
Get out of my way!
Are these kids? Is that why they're so small? Well, I think that, you know, you got a young, I mean, let's be serious. Not in a disrespectful way, but he's a child, right? Like, that's, you know, getting online every day with a million women telling this guy how hot he is and that he's hot shit. And, you know, a lot of people, that shit gets to their head. It's just human nature. And I think he already had a, you know, high thought of himself. And, you know, I think people automatically, like, when they hear from Veronica, you're gonna have to meet Tim, they already know about me, they know who I am, they know our relationship, they already come in defensive because they know that I'm not going to hold back if there's something I don't like. So, you know, you saw that picture, I'm sure, of me. It looked like I was screaming in Jamal's face. I mean, we were in a bar and it was loud, so I was having to talk louder. And we had a cordial conversation after the tello. That was like the rap party. So like all the cast was there. But again, like, you know, I don't even think we were talking about anything important. I think it was just like talking about like New York or some shit. I mean, again, I'm always cordial with people until they, you know, become disrespectful. And that's the difference between, like, yeah, he said a couple of disrespectful things to me, but for some reason, I just don't, I don't hate him at, ooh. What is going on here? Is this like my place? I don't remember what I was saying. I don't hate him as much as I hate Jesse is what I was trying to get at. Like, Jesse just, everything about Jesse annoys me. The thing about Jesse too, and this sounds, I know how it sounds. It sounds like I'm hating. It sounds like I'm jealous. Like, I thought when I first saw Jesse on TV, I was like, yeah, you know, he's a good looking guy. Like, whatever. But to be honest with you, he's way better looking in his photos and, like, TV than he looks really old in person. Like, really old. And, I don't like to say that a lot because I feel like people are like, oh, you're just jealous because he's hot and he's got a nice body. He's, you know, younger than you, but, like, no, it's really not that. It's that, Jesse, his ego is so, like, I'm a realist. Like, I'm my own, I'm my worst critic. Like, like, I know that, you know, I could improve a lot of things. I could go to the gym. Shit ain't happening. But, you know, I don't think that I'm God's gift to the earth either, which is the difference. Like, let me tell you, like, prime example is Jennifer. I thought Jennifer was so hot when I met her, right? Like, online. Like, I thought she was catfishing me. I'm like, this girl, I mean, she was, in my mind at the time, she was like a 10. You know, I was like, this girl is beautiful. Ooh. Primary weapon. No.
Ammo.
But, once you get to know somebody and you realize that they're a piece of shit, like, I'm sorry, and again, I don't like to attack people on their physical appearance, but Jennifer, to me now, is so ugly. Like, I look at her and I'm like, what did I ever see in her? And a lot of it is because, again, people's personalities just kill it for me. Yeah, it was really more of a rap party than a divorce party. I mean, we were all going regardless. But I mean, it was kind of weird though, cause like Sinjin and Tanya are in a really good place, so like, you know, we all kind of like hung out all night, and you know, they were there together. No real issues. Cause I thought, like, when Sinjin got there, I was like, I don't know, I felt a little, I don't want to say uncomfortable, because I love Sinjin. That Sinjin's super cool. He's such a nice guy. And I like Tanya too. Tanya's nice, and I spent a lot of time with Tanya that weekend getting to know her, because we sat beside each other for like 10, 12 hours, and obviously during breaks and shit, you're like talking, and just from the moment I met her, we had like a good chemistry, you know. Same with Natalie. Like, say what you want about Natalie. But Natalie's a nice girl. And anyway. But yeah, it was fun. But where am I at? This is like really strange. Oh, this must be like my shelter. That's what the Z's are. Okay. Okay. To be honest, actually, there was nobody on that cast. Like, everybody on that cast I really like. Tiffany is so nice. You know, Debbie has always been nice to me. Debbie has been nice to me before any other 90 Day cast member ever was. Debbie was, so, you know. I know a lot of people think she's got a mouth on her, you know, and this and that, but like when it comes down to it, I know this is gonna sound weird, but Debbie's a sweetheart, believe it or not. Yeah, I know it's hard for y'all, like, what you see on TV, it just does not sum up a person. You know, like, at the end of the day, even with reality TV, I mean, there's still characters, and even though it's not scripted, like, they have to tell a story. You watch TV, same reason you read books, it's for a story. Whether that story is real.
God damn it.
Damn, that sounded like it just fucked my bike up.
I can fix this. That'll hold.
But I like all of them. And I got to meet Mike, who I've always wanted to meet, because I still think Mike has the funniest scene in 90 Day History to me, when he literally cut a wrestling promo on Natalie and even started talking to the cameraman, which in the industry that's called breaking the fourth wall. Like, you're not supposed to, you know, acknowledge that there's camera and mic people, you know, which it's weird how you can like suspend disbelief, you know. It's kind of like watching pro wrestling, like, you know it's fake, but they do a good enough job of making you believe that, like, they're actually hurting each other or whatever. But like watching reality TV, you don't even realize that you're doing it, but you're suspending disbelief because you are completely forgetting that, like, the only way that, you know, some of those shots they get, for example, like when someone knocks on the door and, oh, there just happens to be a camera on the other side of the door, like, but they didn't know that the other person was dropping by. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it, right? Like, they just happen to have a camera there. Like, I don't think there's any way to tell a story for TV in 100% organic, real way. It's impossible. Like, and number one, even if they did, it would be the most boring shit you ever watched in your life. I'm telling you, man, y'all don't understand how talented the editors and shit are that put that story together out of the footage. Cause, like, just imagine this. Like, imagine a camera crew following you around for a couple weeks. How boring that would be to watch on TV. That was not nice. Shit.
Use everything.
So, you know, just keep that in mind, like. And then people are like, so, what you're saying is that it's not real? No, that's not what I'm saying.
Too bad.
It is real. There's no script. It's real relationships. It's real people's problems. But they have to film 100, 200 hours of footage to make an hour's worth of content that's interesting enough for you as the viewer to want to continue to watch it.
Freaks and marauders, yeah! Go kill each other.
Is this where I just came from? It looks... I guess not. This is literally where I just came from. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Charlene. If someone took you, if someone took you and put you with someone that you have been talking to on the phone and you just started dating, but however, because of the circumstances, they lived in another country and you had to move the relationship at a very aggressive speed because you know, you've decided you want to be with this person, but they're in another country, and the only way you're ever going to bring... See, that's the thing. It would be a complete game changer if the U.S... I dated a Colombian girl. The first Colombian girlfriend I ever had, Mommy, she told me that, like, when they were kids... Excuse me. When they were kids, you could just tell the U.S. that you wanted to go to Disney... Oh, my God. I think I have the hiccups. Sorry, I was holding my breath. It used to be as simple as you could tell the U.S. when you applied for a tourist visa, hey, I want to go to Disney World. And that's what all the Colombians would use as their excuse. But imagine if things went back to that like South Americans and Central Americans could get tourist visas. And I'm just going to use them. Of course, I understand there's a lot of other countries. But like half the people we see, right, are Dominican, Brazilian, Colombian. So like imagine how different things would be if the world could get tourist visa to come to the United States, so that the only option, because I mean the other way, there's a reason that there's only one show out of like 10 shows that has the American moving to the other country. Most of the time when you meet someone internationally, the idea and the ideal situation is that you're going to live in America together. Because there's more opportunities. I'm not saying America's better than every other country. I'm just saying, like, usually people want to live here because you can make more money or, you know, whatever. Or, like, whatever the reasons are. But imagine if you didn't have to rush for a K-1 visa, because that literally is the only way you can get your romantic partner over here to live with you. Number one, there wouldn't be a show. None of these shows. But number two, if you take anybody and put them in this circumstance of like, I met somebody, and now some people will never get this because some people are like, well, I would never look for a partner that didn't live in the U.S., and that's great. But unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but you know, there's different, what's the expression? Different something for different strokes for different folks. So if and when that laws are ever changed and there's an easier way for people to come into the country, I mean, you can get a tourist visa. However, what happens is, like, for example, you have to pay a couple $100 and wait to go meet with the embassy. And let's just use Colombia for an example. Not because I love Colombia so much, but I'm just going to use it for an example. So, for example, when I had my first girlfriend, we wanted her dad to be able to come here and just visit. He went 6 times to the embassy, us paying $200, $250, I don't remember, each time. He got denied, and they wouldn't tell him why. That's the thing, they won't even tell you why you can't get a tourist visa to come. Now, what immigration lawyers told us and what other people have told me is that, number one, if you're a single female that's younger with no kids and no house, there's about a 0% chance you're getting a tourist visa because they know more than likely you're going to come over here, you're going to find a husband. Alright, so now if you have a family, like a husband or children back home, or you own a property, then they're more willing to give you a tourist visa. But tourist visas for me and my whole like experience of dating women in other countries. Now remember, I dated a girl in Honduras. I dated a couple of girls that lived in Colombia. It's not even something that we talk about because the chances of getting it are so like fucking winning it literally is like the lottery. I think they even call it the lottery. The chance of getting a tourist visa for some countries is so little, especially for me because obviously, you know, I'm trying to bring over the age range of girl, and most of these girls don't have kids, they don't have families, they don't own a home. So, you know, they're like the epitome of exactly the type person they don't want to give a tourist visa to. So then you're having to pay all this money and then, you know, you're not getting it. So, I don't even remember why I started talking about this, but like, what I was saying is anybody, no matter how sane you think you are, if you did put yourself in that situation, if somebody filmed you long enough, Charlene, for example, I know, if somebody filmed you long enough in another country, being around somebody you've talked to for 3 or 4 months and finding out that you really don't have as much common as you thought you did, because I don't care how much time you spend video chatting or texting with someone, it is completely different than that first day you are in person with them, that first night they're sleeping over, the first morning after they slept over, and seeing if they're a dirty slob and if they pick their fucking food up and their socks up, or if they put dirty dishes in both sides of the sink like a fucking lunatic. Linda, you don't put dirty dishes on the side with a garbage disposal. Like, I've been saying this for 3 years. It drives me crazy. It's a pet peeve of mine. Like, Linda is the queen of making sure that there's dirty dishes in both so that I have nowhere to dump any food or drink into the sink without having to move dirty dishes, or to even go and, like, try to wash my hands without, you know, hitting pots and pans and shit. But, so, you know, that's really what it comes down to is so many people watch 90 Day Fiancé and think, oh my god, these people are so crazy, and oh my god, and like, yeah, there is some crazy people on there that like you watch and you're like, holy fuck, like they really are not in reality, they really think things weird, they're super immature. But nah, they don't. They don't, sure. They don't even have dishwashers, Charlene. She still to this day don't know how to work the dishwasher because she didn't grow up with one. And when I tell her, like, hey, even the poor people here have dishwashers, it's the same thing with hot water. Like, I told her, I'm like, homeless people in the United States have the opportunity to take a hot bath. And to her, that's just like, I mean, I've stayed in hotels in Colombia before that didn't have hot water. That weren't like dumps. You know, they weren't like Ritz-Carltons, but they weren't dumps. So, yeah, it's a different world, right? So, but that's what I'm trying to say is that each and every fan of the show, if they were put in a similar situation, you know, and you see, like, there's some more calm cast members that are more mature and don't flip out. Like, every girl's not baby girl Lisa, Angela, you know, who else? Like, even Debbie can get a little crazy, you know, and then you have your more normal people like, what's her name? Eve, that dated Muhammad. I thought she was pretty level-headed. Or most recently, there was a white girl that was dating the black gentleman that the island had just been devastated, like off the coast of Colombia. Don't remember which island. She was out of reality with, you see a lot of, especially when you see the older women that are with the super young, handsome man on the show, I always think to myself, like, you know, especially when you see that, like, the guy is playing them, the guy is getting a lot of money from them, like, they're a little bit out of touch with reality with, like, for example, I know if a 22 super hot girl wants to be with me, that she's probably interested in me helping her out financially or something. Like, I'm a realist about it, right? Because, like, why is she not gonna go be with a man her age that, you know, has a six-pack and is, like, flawless, right? So, like, I don't know. I mean, but especially for some reason, I think it's a lot more different with older women and younger men. You see younger women with older men. Some women just like older men. I think it's a little bit more rare. Like, I hear less men say, hey, I want to date a woman that's 20 years older than me. And that's not me being sexist, or I'm just telling you from my experience, right? Like, I've experienced women that tell me I like dating older men because they're more mature, they're ready to settle down, they're not players, even though I don't think age makes a difference with that. But I don't hear as many men say I like dating older women because they're not bar sluts and, you know, whatever. So again, I think those women, even though they may be calm and they may not be providing as much drama for their story, there's still something a little off in their brain with, like, hey, you're not in reality here. Like, why does this guy want to be with you? You know, like, take Usman, for example. Usman has all these young, hot girls that are fans of his music, like, trying to hook up with him. But then he picked baby girl Lisa and then Kimberly? Like, to me, that's a red flag. To me, it is. Now, given, maybe I'm being an asshole. You know, maybe I am. But it's like, what was it about them out of all these women that he could pick? The only difference I see is that these women are Americans. That's the only difference. Yeah, I mean, Usman, he's always been nice to me, but like, uh, let's see. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a minority here, but I've never heard one of Usman's songs being played anywhere except for 90 Day Fiance. Like, again, it's the same. I don't know one 90 Day Fiance cast member that's ever done anything as big or bigger than 90 Day Fiance. Like, I don't know why, but it's just nobody has really transitioned into becoming, you know, a pop culture icon, or, you know, they're all 90 Day Fiance celebrities, right? Like, for people that love that show, they're, you know, the cast of it is like a celebrity in the sense of, like, that show. I mean, but you never seen anybody go from that show to do anything else in entertainment or anything else, you know, like, big. So, I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, given I get girls and guys that write me and send me inappropriate pictures, inappropriate texts, which I'm not offended by it, but it's still inappropriate just to send anybody this kind of shit. You know, that I think because they see you on TV, they think they know you, and they want to, you know, have some sort of experience with you, and sometimes it's just sexual, sometimes it's they think that you will make a good partnership. But, you know, for me, when the first thing out of a woman's mouth is something about the show, in my brain, I've already shut that down. In fact, the people that interest me a lot these days are when they've never heard of 90 Day Fiance. Like, like, I saw some shit about one of the Rolling Stones or one of the Beatles. There was like an interview with him, and he had like a personal assistant, and somebody was asking the personal assistant, because he had worked for him for like 15 years or something, like, how'd you get this job? How have you stayed so long? And he was like, when he asked me, you know, why I wanted to work for him or whatever, and, you know, he said he was the guitarist of the I'm just making shit up, the guitarist of the Rolling Stones. I had never heard of the Rolling Stones, and the guy said, you're hired. And, like, that really, like, hit home with me. Like, you know, there are definitely trophy chasers out there, even for little old 90 Day Fiance people, that just because you're on their favorite show or one of their favorite shows, one of their favorite reality shows, you know, it makes a good story, right? Like, who wouldn't, like, if, like, there's people I know literally that have group texts going that's like people from a business that's like 10 people that work at a company that just have a group text about 90 Day Fiance. So how cool is it, you know, if one of those girls or dudes pops into that chat on Monday and it's like, hey, guess what? I've fucking banged Tim from 90 Day Fiance over the weekend. Like, it's a cool conversation. And they have no interest in you as a person. They have an interest as Tim, not Tim Malcolm. They have an interest in Tim from 90 Day Fiance. And I'm not really down with that. Now, there's a couple of guys I can name that I know for a fact. I'm not going to name them. You could probably guess who they are. I could name you two that both start with the letter C that I know for a fact have used their TV characters to get laid, and to get laid with way hotter girls than they probably could have ever gotten if they were never on TV. What's up, Tanya? So, you know, unfortunately, like, sometimes I wish that I wasn't so, I don't know what the word is, like, I don't want to say uptight, but, like, it just doesn't thrill me at all that a woman wants to, like, some men don't care why the woman wants them, right? They just want to fuck. So, for me, it doesn't turn me on at all to think that a woman just wants to be with me so she can tell people that she slept with Tim from 90 Day Fiance. Like, that actually turns me off, not on. Well, I think, you know, if I had to guess, Usman, that's a hard one to figure out, because you would think, and let me be careful how I say this, he may have really had strong feelings for baby girl Lisa and for Kimberly, but I just think of a man his age, and, you know, he's not like Brad Pitt or Channing Tatum, but he's not a bad looking dude, and he's an entertainer. He's, you know, got a decent personality. I mean, you know, whatever. And, like, even if he's just after a green card, it just, to me, seems like he could find someone that would appear to us as viewers as more compatible. But people say that shit to me, like, oh, why you can't find somebody more your age? Why you can't find somebody that lives closer to you? And I always tell people the same. It's not like I'm typing in Google like, hey, please, 21, 22, 23 years old only, and they have to live at least 2,000 miles away from me. Like, obviously, of course, I'd love to meet somebody in fucking Charlotte. It's just, you know, you meet who you meet, you click with who you click with, you have chemistry who you have chemistry with, and it's not as simple. Like, it's not like you get to just go down a list and check off all the people that you want to date, and it's that easy. You may find 5 people in your city that you're interested in, and not one of them is interested in you. Or they're interested in you, and you go on a first date, and there's nothing. It's like a dud. So, you know, I don't particularly, like, to be honest, I wish Linda was older, because I feel like people judge the fuck out of me for that. Like, you know, and I wish she was a little bit older, but she's not. And, you know, you develop feelings for people not based around an age, like, but I do acknowledge that it is, you know, a significant age gap, right? Like, I think a lot of people would, if you read me and read her on paper, it would sound super creepy and whatever, but, like, you guys know me, right? Like, I'm youthful in the sense of, like, man, I bitch about my back hurting and shit like an old man. I watch the news and shit. Like, I do some old man type shit. I don't go out, I don't party anymore. But otherwise, like, movie, music taste, you know, trend, fashion trends, any postmodern trend setting shit, technology, I'm more in line with a younger guy. So, you know, because I meet a lot of guys that are my age, and I'm just like, whoa, this guy's like a real 42-year-old. Like, he reminds me of my fucking dad. You know what I mean? And I feel like I may start to look my age, but mentally, I don't feel like I'm there. So, you know, like, I'm sitting here fucking streaming video games. You know what I mean? Like, I have to remind myself of my age. Like, I don't feel 40. Mentally, I don't feel 42. Physically, sometimes, like, you know, but I still definitely feel like I can hang with, you know, somebody who's 30 and, like, have a conversation, or even 25. I feel like I can have a conversation with them and they're not like, oh my god, like, every once in a while I'll catch myself with Linda like, oh my god, like, yeah, when I was your age, fucking gas was $1 a gallon, and, like, you know, and I'll catch myself like being that old dude, like, oh my god, we had Walkmans, you're complaining that your iPhone only holds 5,000 songs and your memory's full. I mean, like, my cassettes only held 8 songs and you had to fast forward for 10 minutes to get to the song you want. Like, you know, dumbass shit like that, where it's like, obviously I have recollection of shit that to her is like the same as somebody talking about how they used to have to ride a horse to school every morning or some shit. Like, I'm just like, whoa, this is a whole different time period. But, I'm bored with this game. I think I'm gonna stop it. So, oh, we got 5 people watching now. That's the most I've had in forever. Usually it's just 1 myself. Tim Hansen did reach out to me today. You know, he's got a new podcast on his YouTube channel. He's no longer doing zombies content, but he wants me to come on as a guest. I think we're supposed to film that tomorrow. Also, if you guys didn't see, we can actually watch it together. Hold on. I did a interview with the local news in Charlotte, which this was a big deal to me, and it was a big deal to my parents. I mean, I've done E! Entertainment, I've done, you know, some of the bigger entertainment publications, In Touch Weekly, I've been on Yahoo, but this was like, this is the premium local channel in Charlotte, which is where me and my family are from. But they had posted a little interview of me the other day, but today they posted the entire interview, which is like 7 minutes long. But let me see if I can find it. I was gonna post it on Instagram, but I haven't figured out a way to steal the video out of the article yet. But when I do, I'm gonna post it. But since I'm bored, yeah, the article was nice, but today they posted the full interview, which the guy that did the interview with me and him have kind of become friends. Lawrence is his name. And he texted me today and was like, hey, the whole interview is up, so here, let me see here if I can get this.
Turkey en week. Dan, Maddie, can you fix a bad outlet?
Yep.
Presentation about a broken light. On it. Ceiling fan.
We'll take care of it.
Great. Jerry, you're muted.
All set?
You guys really do
Like, no.
everything.
No more
I'm
malarkey.
trying to blow
Call
it up
Mr.
for you
Spark.
guys, but y'all can hear it,
Joining
right?
me is 90 Day Fiancé star Tim Malcolm, a Charlottean that I think a lot of people on 90 Day are starting to see more and more of Charlotte, especially on the Single Life with Veronica. What does it mean to you to be on a show like that, but to also still be living here in Charlotte?
Well, I'm rare, apparently. You know, Charlotte is very transient, and I was born here in 1980. My family and I have been in Charlotte, God, I mean, I think we're first, second generation. So,
Yeah.
I'm really excited that Charlotte is starting to get recognized. You know, for the longest time, Ric Flair was about the only TV person we had representing Charlotte. So, you know, now Charlotte, I believe, just passed San Francisco for the 12th or 13th largest city, and it's one of the banking capitals of the world. So people are finally discovering that it's not a podunk town that they thought, you know, was in the South.
What high school did you go to?
I graduated West Charlotte High School in 1998.
Okay, and I guess whenever you are on a hit show like 90 Day Fiancé, how has Charlotte or people around town, do they recognize you or?
Oh yeah, it's weird. My first TV appearance was like maybe 4 years ago, and I remember about midway through the season, like me and the cast were talking about how nobody had recognized it yet, and I was actually in New York City with Darcy, who's another, you know, pretty popular person on the show. And I saw so many people flocking to her, like you would have swore like, you know, Michael Jackson or Madonna or something like that. People were going crazy. And then it's like overnight, like literally, I went from nobody ever recognized me to now I cannot leave my house. Like Home Depot, Walmart, doesn't matter, I'm getting stopped. So.
Well, that's also fun though too, because I mean, surely going into any reality TV show, you didn't realize the success it was going to have.
Absolutely not. It actually really hit me, I think, how big of a show, how big of a franchise it was. The first day they showed up to film, and there was a couple of vans of people and equipment getting out, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? You know, I thought I was just signing up for like, you know, a small deal. I didn't realize that 90 Day Fiancé is now a 19+ show universe, so it's grown into this huge franchise, and I've been lucky enough to, you know, be a part of it for like almost 4 years.
How's it been for your family dealing with that? Because I know, you know, you have a lot of people that like to talk trash on social media and really hammer you for things, you know, which is this is what you have the trolls,
This
right?
guy's just
but
like
how
me.
has it been on your family and how have they taken it?
Well, that's the thing. I
really like this guy. He's me, but on the news he has to pretend to not be, but he talks just like me, the way I talk to you guys. He's cool as shit.
My parents.
So I know that was hard for him, like to talk shit. I mean, trash.
I think any of the negative things I read about myself, I always feel bad because I know they're reading it and it bothers them. But for me, you know, I've been called every insult you can think of in the book. There's been tons of rumors. You know, I'm not your typical masculine guy. So, you know, it just comes with the territory of being on a big show. You could be Mary Poppins and still people will find something negative to say about you.
Right, right. And I guess being in Charlotte and the success with the show, being a single guy, or, you know, being single in Charlotte after the show, what was that like?
Well, actually, I don't really leave my house much, so you know, I work from home, and you got to remember, like, the first season came out, and shortly after, COVID came around, so then, like, I had the mask on and stuff when I'd go out in public, but what I realized, and I never knew this about myself, and I'm 42 years old, people were recognizing me from my voice. Like, I'd be sitting in a store, and a couple hours over, someone would hear me speak, and even with the mask on, and, you know, I have a hat or sunglasses, and people would walk up and be like, I know your voice. So I had no idea that I had a very distinguishable voice, because to me, it sounds normal, but to the rest of the U.S., I guess I sound Southern, you know, and then have a deep voice on top of it.
I can definitely hear the accent.
Yeah, where are you at? Where are you from?
I'm actually from California.
Oh, well,
so we don't have any accent at all.
Yeah,
we're very neutral.
right.
So it's funny coming to this part of the country, you can pick up on the accent like nothing, you know?
See, I feel like I sound normal. In fact, I think I literally don't have an accent at all, but apparently I do.
Well, so growing up in Charlotte, staying here, a lot of people, like you said, like to leave, and it's a town filled with people that aren't from here. The success of the show, obviously, your friend Veronica is now on the franchise as well.
My ex-fiance and friend, yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to bring that up, but
yeah.
but what's it like having her and seeing
really
her
a
success
secret.
too? Because obviously it was you and she was your friend on there, and then it kind of.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's funny, you know, we lived in Weddington together, bought a house, raised a child together, and we used to throw big parties out there. We had a circle of friends that used to always tell us, man, you guys would be perfect for reality TV, because we had a really crazy relationship, you know. And fast forward, I think we split up in 14, 15. A couple years later, you know, I get an opportunity to go on before the 90 Days was the first one. and she was a part of that storyline. So after that, I think we started doing Pillow Talk together, and then yeah, you know, she started off as just a side character, you know, and has grown into now she's, you know, one of the primary cast members on Single Life. So
Yeah, because one of hers is running right now, right? The Single Life, or just
yeah.
wrapped, I want to say.
Right. Well, I think the tell-all is running right now, so it's the end of season, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm, you know, very proud of her. But I mean, again, I knew she would be great. She's just got that personality. She's really, really good, and I think together, you know, we just have a very good dynamic that people can really relate to because we're exes. So, you know, the banter back and forth is what people really like,
Right.
and we know each other so well that we can finish each other's sentences. So that's helped, you know, a lot, where we've kind of become like a comedy duo in a way, because people don't realize it, but Pillow Talk is essentially a comedy.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, you guys are very captivating. I can definitely. You guys have the chemistry that I'm pretty sure that that's what they're looking for, and a lot of people gravitate towards that. In regards to, I guess, your personal life or what you did before the show, you know, in terms of, do you have? Because I know you're big on cryptocurrency, right?
I am now. Before the show, I worked for Rick Hendrick.
Okay.
Which, you know, if you're from Charlotte,
Yep.
you got to know. In fact, my brother still works for Hendrick. My sister-in-law, who unfortunately passed away of cancer a few months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
Both of them Hendrick employees for 20 plus years. So I was in the car industry for a while. I owned a car repossession company. Then I had another car business that we rebuilt flood cars and sold them. So I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18. I bought my first business at 19 in Matthews, North Carolina. It was a tanning salon. My grandparents owned a pawn shop off North Tryon Street. My father was the first mobile oil changing business in Charlotte. Whole family of entrepreneurs. So yeah, before I got on the show, I had a firearms business. So I'm federally licensed, and then now I do gold plating and engraving on firearms. You know, still a little bit, but crypto is my main thing.
And coming up, I don't know if you want to not discuss, but maybe just pitch the new show on 90 Day that people can catch you on.
Right now, obviously, the tell-all for Single Life, and, you know, I can't talk about future things, but I got some stuff coming, so just stay tuned.
Not bad. I enjoyed it. Like I said, because it's only local. I'd be surprised if like 50,000 people even. You know, I can post a photo on Instagram of like a lamp in my house, and it'll get, you know, 100,000 views. And I asked this guy, I'm like, hey, what are you like? How? Because this show comes on at 5:30 in the morning. It's like the early news. So I'm like, how many views do you normally get? And he was like, oh, you know, like 20,000, 30,000. Like, whoa, dude. Like, okay. So I don't think that many people probably saw it. That's why I'm gonna try to repost it for him. Plus, this guy, like, he reached out to me and was like, you know, he's an actor as well. So like, you can look him up on IMDb. His name is Lawrence Gilligan, and he's been in some real movies and shit. In fact, I mean, we can look at his IMDb together. You can look for him. He's a super cool guy. In fact, I'm supposed to hang out with him and his wife sometime. But he's he's doing the St. Lawrence Gilligan. You know, he's got an agent and stuff, and like, you know, that's what I was trying to do, is like do little small parts, because like film is obviously like what I'm really interested in. But yeah, like, here's his resume. The Cleaning Lady, I don't watch that. He's been a reporter in like a bunch of shit, which is funny because obviously, but he is Sicario 2. I was like, whoa, dude. I mean, uncredited, but still. 12 Strong. He was a Taliban soldier. So, you know, he's had a bunch of like small roles, but I mean, this is the exact type of shit that I want to do. Like, I just want to be like in 20 seconds of a movie, kind of like Miami Heat, but not, you know, better than Miami Heat, because like that's still an embarrassing movie. However, but like, you know, so we've been talking a lot. He got to work with Kevin Costner, which, you know, like, if I were to ever be gay, it might have to be with Kevin Costner. And he was, you know, telling me about that and shit. I love We're the Millers. That's like one of my favorite comedies of the last like 10 years. So yeah, super nice guy, and he's married. He's got 3 kids. Yeah, I mean, in person, this guy looked like if you took Zach Morris and AC Slater and like merged their face together, this guy had like the perfect dimples and everything. I was like, I looked at him and I was like, dude, why are you married? I was like, dude, you're like a good looking dude. You're on TV. Like, we have like the same shit in common. In fact, he just sent me pictures the other day. Like, he just got a new PlayStation 5. So he's literally me. He's just a newscaster. He's the newscaster version of me. And I would love to have his job. I would love to do that job. So, you know, he was like super envious of my work, and I was like super envious of his work. But I don't give a fuck, Charlene. Like, again, I don't care. I'm saying if I were to be gay, it would be with Kevin Costner. If people are gonna people are still calling me gay, even though I've said 1,000 times that I'm not. They're never gonna give up. So at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. He is an Emmy. Wait, pursued broadcast journalism, where he would eventually win an Emmy award for his news shit in Charlotte. He's a journalist for Temple Editors. Anyway, he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I'm a big fan of the show, and I'm trying to, you know, get my career like jumping." So I'm, you know, he like normally like they would have somebody that's their job is to reach out and get talent for these type of things. So the fact that he reached out to me himself, I was like, man, that's kind of cool. And him and his wife watched the show, so like he was very familiar about it and shit. So you know, I thought it was cool. You know, I was really excited to do it, and really excited. Cause I got interviews I've done 6 months ago that still haven't been posted. So like I did this shit like 2 weeks ago, and they posted the first one a few days. It was like a week turnaround. So sometimes I went and did an interview in LA for Access Hollywood, and they never released it. I did another interview for a big radio station in person. I mean, TLC sent a limo and everything, picked me up, take me there, did an interview, never released it. That was 3 years ago. So again, it's like, it's weird. It's kind of like how you can do a movie and all of a sudden, like, that's what happened to me with Miami Heat. I had like literally 5 minutes of screen time until they decided, you know, 7 months after production wrap to change the ending. And then the majority of my scenes didn't make sense with the new ending. So luckily, they still kept me in a couple scenes, but there's people all the time that you go in, you get paid, you film, you know it's going to be 6 months to a year before that movie or TV show comes out, and you're telling all your friends and family, oh my god, I'm going to be in this movie, and then it comes out, and you realize they cut all your fucking scenes. And that happens, and I feel so bad for people. In fact, it's happened to me with 90 Day Fiancé. Like, I've had, like, Darius, my best friend Darius that you guys know, he filmed a scene with me for, like, diaries or some shit, and they cut that scene completely out. I filmed 5 or 6 times with Linda. She's only been on 1, but they've cut out mine and her scenes. So, you know, you get your friends or family, people get excited because they're going to be on TV. And then, of course, you feel bad, and like, the few times that people got, like, mad, they're like mad at the network, but they're telling it to you, and like you almost feel like they're mad with you because you're the one that talked them into doing it. And then like what sucks is like a lot of times these people are taking off work, you know, and they're coming and spending like, you know, their entire Saturday to film something, and then the show comes out and they're fucking not on it. So you know, it's one of those unfortunate things that happen, but like, yeah, it's happened to me numerous times, you know, where I was really excited about an interview or something to come out, and just it never did, you know. In fact, Miami Heat, if you guys remember, I was filming that shit in Miami in the February before COVID hit. COVID hit like March or April. Like, so, and it came out like less than a year ago. So I mean, they told us it was gonna come out 6 to 8 months after we wrapped, and I was actually there the last day of filming, where it went into post. That's when like they start doing the editing, and then you might have to go back in and like re-record some sound bites or something. Like if they didn't get clean audio for a line, do some voiceovers. But I thought that shit would never come out. Like, and in fact, when you're in this business, you run into people all the time that are like, yeah, I filmed a movie that just got shelved and the studio just never released it. Like, that shit happens all the time. You'd be surprised how many times that shit happens. So, you know, you should be thankful anytime you do some work when it's actually released. But, yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I know I can record this on my phone, but like, I was trying to figure out a way to get better quality. So Lawrence here is trying to figure out a way to send me just this video. So I'm waiting on him, but he's got like a newborn baby that's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months old that he's dealing with at home. And his schedule is like, I think he gets up at 3:30 a.m. and he gets home at noon. So you can imagine, like, and then he's got to take care of his I mean, this guy is fucking exhausted all the time, so. But yeah, that was my, and if y'all didn't see the original one, because the original one had some pictures and shit in it. It's real, it's like
We'll take care of it.
Great.
a minute and a half long. This might be it here.
All set?
You guys really do everything.
No more malarkey. Call Mr. Sparky.
Well, the show averages around 2 million viewers an episode and continues to gain popularity for its cast and, of course, drama. The TLC 90 Day Fiancé universe is a hit for most, including myself and my wife. Well, I caught up with one of the show's stars who lives right here in the Queen City, West Charlotte High School grad and Charlottean through and through. Tim Malcolm stopped by to talk about the experience of 90 Day Fiancé and the attention he's gained from being on one of the world's most popular reality TV shows.
My family and I have been in Charlotte, God, I mean, I think we're first, second generation. So I'm really excited that Charlotte is starting to get recognized. You know, for the longest time, Ric Flair was about the only...
Look at this. That's literally me. I was 18, I think. 18 with Ric Flair. And this was a friend of mine at the time who actually I haven't spoken to in about 15 years and randomly called me like last week. I live across the street from his mom. So like when I'm driving, his mom's old and his dad passed away, and so like if I ever saw his mom outside, like she, you know, when we were kids, like her mom would like be making us pizzas and shit to eat, so I would always stop and talk to her. I run into her at the post office sometimes. But this is me drinking, that's a Heineken in my hand with Ric Flair when I was underage.
A TV person we had representing Charlotte. So, you know, now Charlotte, I believe, just passed San Francisco for the 12th or 13th largest city, and it's one of the banking capitals of the world. So people are finally discovering that it's not a podunk town that they thought, you know, was in the South.
Whenever you are on a hit show like 90, recognize.
I won't make y'all watch the whole thing. I was trying to remember they put in more pictures in. Because they asked me for like some older pictures, and I'm like, dude, that was before digital cameras, so I don't like have a lot of pictures. They wanted pictures of like, you know, me growing up in Charlotte, and I was like, those were like real pictures, you know, on fucking film. So the only ones I could find were like, you know, I've got a couple pictures of like me with different celebrities and shit that I still have, but like my mom and dad have like, you know, all the real photos, and I didn't have time to go over to their house and dig through photos to find something. So I found that one of Ric Flair, and I was like, oh cool. Oh, did I show you all this shit? It finally came. So this is my Ric Flair and Tim Malcolm doll, statue, whatever, toy. Okay. So me and Ric Flair stood in one of those like Hollywood 3D scan boxes thing that scans your whole bodies, and they 3D print. It even has like, I was slouching you can see it, it's like I have a gut. I hate the way that came out, but it's super cool though. It was $500 to have this shit fucking done. So, but it's to scale. I mean, obviously, I'm not 8 inches tall, but it's to scale as far as like, you know, our sizes, you know, comparative in real life. But isn't that cool? And I even had on my NWO shirt, even though he wasn't in the NWO. He was a big opponent of the NWO. But trying to get a clear shot in my camera is being very difficult. Yeah, my posture was horrible. You know why? Because this experience was absolutely horrible. I was supposed to do this the Friday I got to Nashville. My plane was late, so I missed it because they only were doing it for an hour. And apparently a lot of people's planes were late that day, so the promoter said, you know, hey, for the people that missed it, Sunday morning at like, I think it was 7:30 in the morning, because Rick was signing autographs, or, excuse me, not signing autographs Sunday. He was supposed to be, but he decided he was only going to take pictures. And they were like, be there at 7:30 and you'll get your scan. So I got there was like 3 or 4 other dudes. I was first because I didn't want to miss it. I had paid. And I'm standing there and I see the promoter walk by and I'm like, hey, so, you know, hey, you told me to be here, remember? And like the guy's like, yeah, just give me a minute. And I could tell, you can tell something's going on, something's not right, right? So like we're standing and waiting and standing and waiting and standing and waiting and standing and waiting. And I've been waiting like 20 minutes, so like I had other shit to do, and like they make you prepay for this shit, right? So like every single person you want to meet, get a picture, we get autograph. I had spent like, I mean, that whole experience was thousands of dollars, but I had like $600, $700, $800 just in autographs and pictures, which is a lot of money to me. I mean, like, I spent a lot of money. Like, I indulged myself that weekend. Like, it was a lot of money just to go meet and talk to a bunch of people that I idolized as a kid. But, you know, I went with Matt Singer, who flew in from California, and we kind of made it like a boys' trip, and we don't drink, so, like, you know, we spent the money instead on stupid wrestling shit. But, so, you know, finally, like, everybody that was waiting was getting antsy about like are we fucking doing this or what? And the guy came up and was like, so I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure that Rick is gonna do this. He's in the back crying. Let me repeat. Hey, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure if Rick is gonna do this. He's in the back crying, and we're not even sure if he's going to come and, like, he had a fucking line already wrapped around the fucking building of people waiting to get their picture taken with him or to get an autograph, which he ended up refusing to sign autographs that day. So I'm like standing there like, I got up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, and like I didn't need to be there till 10, and I paid $500 fucking dollars for this shit. And what do you mean he's back there crying? A 65, 68-year-old man crying, refusing to come and do his job. Given this was Ric Flair's last match, was what this whole fucking convention was built around. He was the main attraction. So I'm like, now given, let me rewind here. For Ric Flair's last match, even if you guys aren't wrestling fans, I promise you this story is worth hearing. Okay? I idolized Ric Flair until that Nashville weekend, and I may have told y'all some of this story already, but you know, he was from Charlotte. Like, I went to college with one of his kids. Like, you know, being a Charlottean. Back in the day, Charlotte was a smaller town, right? Like, my friend in that photo worked for Rick. Rick used to own a couple of gyms. So, like, I met Rick that night by being at the employee Christmas party. So, I bought $100 worth of, they had posters, like movie poster size posters to commemorate the weekend, which said Ric Flair's last match, and they had a picture of Rick, had a picture of Andrade, which is another wrestler who is also married to Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair, who's a big WWE wrestler. They were a tag team against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Jarrett's wife was on the poster as well. So was a promoter from Charlotte named Jim Crockett, who was big shit back in the 80s, but he's from Charlotte. Now, all these people were pictured on the poster. So all these people were there, and all these people charged for their autograph. Well, I bought 4 Jay Lethal autographs, 4 Karen Jarrett autographs, 4 Jeff Jarrett autographs, 4 Jim Crockett autographs, and 4 Andretti autographs, and fucking 4 Ric Flair autographs. Now, given, guys, these autographs range from $30 to $100 each. Okay, but I wanted 4 of these posters signed by everybody because I was going to keep one. I was going to give one to my brother Brandon, one to my brother Shane, and the other one I was going to like sell it or, you know, whatever. Like, so Friday, Ric Flair wasn't signing, but that night was the roast of Ric Flair, and when I went to the roast of Ric Flair, they had their merchandise stand, and I went ahead and bought the posters. Now, given, I put so much thought into this, I ordered these, like, architect, excuse me, fucking thinking of Indiana Jones, architect, like, tubes that architects use for their blueprints that are, like, protective tubes to carry their plans around from Amazon, because I'm thinking, like, I'm going to get these posters signed, and, like, I need a way to get them to Charlotte without, you know, I'm a collector. You don't want to get them, like, torn or scratched or dinged up or whatever. So, Saturday, fucking Bret Hart was late, and I ended up standing in his line so long that I couldn't skip over to Rick's. So, Matt had bought a picture from Rick, but he didn't get a picture with Bret Hart, and Bret Hart and Rick were side by side. So Matt waited in the Flair line, I waited in the Bret Hart line. Matt got his picture with Flair, I got my picture with Bret Hart, and I was like, well, fuck it. I'll get my shit signed by Rick tomorrow, because I had already done everybody. I got everybody else done on Saturday. I just had Flair left. And because promoter guy told me to come early Sunday morning, I had the posters with me, like, cool, I'll get this fucking toy made, and then I'll just hop over in Flair's line, and that's all I had left to get done, to where then I could put all my collectible shit in the car and then enjoy my fucking day, because that's the thing I hate about those conventions. You know, for me, like, I'm a big collector of movie shit, and I like autograph shit, and you know, when you're bringing stuff to get signed or, like, buying shit there, I mean, I spent a lot of money on this shit. You don't want to carry it around with you all fucking day. You know, so, like, I just wanted to get my shit done, put it in the car, and that way I could walk around and not be scared that I was going to leave something, set something down. Just not have that to even think about, right? So, this motherfucker's refusing to come out and do these fucking dolls that literally, it took less than a minute. Like, we stood in that machine, it fucking scanned us in like 30 seconds, and they're like, alright, next. Like, in and out like cattle. Alright. So then I grabbed the promoter, because at 2 hours before Rick was supposed to be done signing on Saturday, I started hearing around the building that, like, Ric Flair was refusing to sign autographs. He was only doing pictures. And I was like, I didn't buy a picture with that motherfucker. I bought his autograph because I want these fucking posters signed. So then I asked the promoter, I'm like, so, because the promoter, okay, like, I didn't want to say this, but, like, I got tickets to that event because I'm Tim from 90 Day Fiancé. So the promoter knew that I was there, and they got me real good seats. Now, they made me pay for them, but they gave me really good seats that an ordinary person wouldn't have had the opportunity to buy. Now, I had to pay for the tickets, so I didn't get, like, comped or nothing, but they knew that, you know, I was from a TV show or whatever. So the promoter was coming up to me and dealing with me in person, I guess, to show a little bit of respect or whatever, because I spent the whole goddamn weekend taking photos with 90 Day Fiancé fans. So I'm like, motherfucker, I've been an attraction at your event. Like, people were twittering, like, the next day, like, tagging the promoter, like, oh, they thought he paid me to be there. Like, that's what people thought. They were thanking him for inviting me. And I'm like, I paid to be here. I fucking paid to be here. So, okay, I kept my mouth shut. But I told that dude, I'm like, yo, I'm a collector, and I got 4 fucking posters signed by the B-Cast. It's like, you know, having my Aliens poster signed. I got everybody on that motherfucker except for Sigourney Weaver. Okay? Or it'd be like having, you know, everybody in Terminator sign the poster except for Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's like, I got everybody's fucking signature that I paid for except for the fucking man whose name is on the poster because this is his fucking last match. Alright? So I'm like, okay, can I get my poster signed? He's like, man, I can't risk upsetting him right now. So I'm not gonna ask him. He's getting $100 fucking dollars to sign his name. $400, boom, 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 10 seconds, done, my shit's done. Let me tell you guys something. For $20 fucking dollars a signature, for $10 a signature, my ass would sit at a table and sign fucking autographs until my fucking fingers bled, if that's what it took. Alright? I don't know what was going on, why he refused to sign. I don't know if his fucking hand was hurting. I don't know why. I still to this day don't know why. But he refused to sign shit all day Sunday, and the promoter now, Given, he was nice, and he was like, hey, look, you're coming to the match tonight, right? And I was like, yeah, dumbass. Like, you remember you got me tickets. Like, I'm going to be there. He's like, bring the posters. Now, Given, this was at the Nashville Auditorium. It's a big fucking place like basketball games and shit would be at. Who the fuck wants to go to a concert or to a wrestling event with a motherfucking fanny pack of posters strapped to their back? Like, who wants to do that? Well, not me, but I had to. I wanted to be able to just go and sit, enjoy the fucking match, but no. I was leaving Nashville to head back to Charlotte, and I'm like, again, I really only came to this shit because I wanted these fucking posters. I wanted one to hang in my goddamn house. And I know this sounds silly as fuck to some of you. Like, but I'm a collector. That's what you have to understand. This is like what I do. Like, if you see my house, it's nothing but photos of celebrities I've met or signed posters, signed pictures, different fucking props from movies. Like, that's like a hobby of mine. And I flew my ass in Nashville to go and get this shit. Because I had met Ric Flair before, but I didn't have a fucking, I didn't get his autograph or nothing. Like, you know, and like, you can buy an autograph on eBay or whatever, but like, I went to the event. It's his last fucking match. It's a big deal. And like, those posters I thought were really fucking cool. So he tells me, bring the posters tonight to the match, and I'll make sure, you know, just text me, and I'll make sure that, you know, I'll run them back there and get them to sign them real quick. I text this motherfucker for 2 hours. Every 15, every 20 minutes, like, yo, hey, I'm here. I brought the posters like you told me to. Are you going to come out and get them, or like, how's it going to work? Finally, at like, maybe right before Rick was going on, and see, I knew in my head, if I didn't get those posters signed before this 80-year-old man was about to go out and have a 25-minute wrestling match with a pace. Now, he's got a pacemaker in. All right, people were scared he was going to die. Like in all seriousness. Like, wrestling's fake, but like, they're still doing shit that they can get hurt, and he's way too old to be in the ring. So I knew he would be fucking, not literally dead, but dead, and he wasn't going to do shit. He wasn't going to care about signing some fucking posters after the match. So it's like 20 minutes before, you know, he's about to go on, and he's like, man, he's been busy. There's so many people here. Like, fucking Kid Rock was there. Fucking Undertaker was there. Like, a bunch of people. I'm sure they were all backstage. Like, you know, and the last thing Rick was worried about was signing some posters from some guy that paid $400 fucking dollars for him to sign them. So, needless to say, I sat there with these posters the whole fucking night. That means every time I went to go get a drink or something, I had to be like, man, watch my shit. I had to lay the posters under my seat with drunk redneck wrestling fans, spilling beer and shit, fucking, you know, it was just like, it gave me anxiety the whole fucking night, thinking that something was going to happen to them. Because not only, like, did I really want them, but I had spent a lot of fucking money on them. So, here I am, okay, I'm fucking pissed. So I leave, of course. I know nothing's gonna happen because Ric Flair even said, like, the last thing he said to the fans, like, I'm going to party with Kid Rock. So I'm like, alright. and I'm leaving for Charlotte. I get back home to Charlotte, and I text the promoter, and I'm like, hey, listen, I understand that you couldn't get it done, but, like, you gotta understand I spent all this money getting these posters signed, and, like, without Rick's signature, they're worthless to me. I'm not gonna, like, I was gonna give them to my brothers for Christmas. I ain't give them that shit. I'm not gonna give them a Ric Flair poster signed by everybody but Ric Flair. Like, it's just stupid. So, this guy was like, look, I'm gonna see Rick. He's got a bunch of shit he needs to sign. So, just wait, and I'll touch base with you in, like, 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll figure out a way, maybe you can mail them. Or, then this motherfucker tells me this. I'm just gonna get Rick to sign 4 posters and mail them to you. And I was like, no. Because then I've got 4 posters signed by Flair and 4 posters signed by 6 other people. I want them all on the same poster. Which, again, may sound ridiculous, but I fucking paid. Let's keep that in mind. I'm not asking for nothing for free. I paid top dollar, and the whole fucking weekend spent my time, instead of enjoying the event, taking photos with the people that paid that promoter to be there, with them thinking that I was a guest there to take photos and sign shit. And did that, okay? Paid and did that. I don't even know when that was. It was around June 30th, because I remember I went for my birthday. It is now fucking January. 6 months later, guess who still doesn't have their fucking poster signed? Now, given, I'm a realist, so I know I'm probably never getting those posters signed, but I still send that motherfucker a text once a month. Where are we at with those posters? And I know this motherfucker's got to be tired of me texting him, but I really don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm pestering him. Like, number one, do what the fuck you say you're gonna do. Now, they did refund me my money. Let me be clear. They refunded me my money for Ric Flair shit. But I was like, dude, I don't care. I will pay more if it costs more. But, like, I would rather not have these posters at all. Because, like, that tube still has the poster inside of it. It's laying in the top of my closet. And every fucking night when I go to bed and I'm laying in bed, I can look up and I can see that fucking tube. And it just reminds me of how I would rather not have any poster at all than have them incomplete. Because it's one of those things where, like, I don't want to throw them away, but I can't hang it and I can't give them away as a gift and I can't sell them. So it's just like in this weird limbo phase of, like, what the fuck do you do? So, anyway, I'm going to continue to pester this motherfucker. And to be honest, I thought about blasting the guy on social media. I really did. Like, I've never done that before with my 500,000 followers, and I've thought about it with certain people that really fucking piss me off of, like, I could make one fucking text and, like, my fans would come through for me and they would ruin your Google reviews or ruin your Yelp reviews. But, I'm not, like, come on. But I thought about, like, honestly, in fact, I know a reporter who constantly writes about 90 Day Fiancé that I'm kind of friends with, and I can make one call and be like, hey, will you write an article about how fucking Ric Flair's a little bitch and this is what he did to me? And they would. And it would be in the media. But I didn't. Because I was really thinking up at that point that I was still going to get my fucking posters. And now I feel like I've waited too long. And it would be weird to now go off and start, like I went on this fucking tangent right now. It would be weird for me to go off and start complaining about it like it just fucking happened. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I keep looking to see if that motherfucker is making an appearance somewhere so that I can, fly out somewhere again just to go get these fucking posters signed. But, I haven't seen him anywhere. And unfortunately, and this is going to sound mean, but my concern is Ric Flair, he's a fucking drunk now. And I'm not saying anything that I don't think is a fucking secret. He's a fucking drunk. That's why he was sitting crying in the bag, because drunks get emotional. They get fucking emotional when they're drunk. And he was drunk the whole fucking weekend. And everybody knows that he's partied his whole fucking life. He almost died a year ago. Like, they gave him a 10 or 15% chance of making it through. He had, like, fucking disease of the intestines. He had, like, his kidneys shut down. He went into a coma. He's got a pacemaker in. This motherfucker is in his fuck golden. He's in his platinum years. Alright? And I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna die before I get my poster signed. And that sounds like heartless. But it's just honest. It's just honest. Like, I want to get my shit signed before he fucking croaks. Because Ric Flair is Charlotte. He is Charlotte. Like, I grew up watching the man. Like, I was a huge wrestling fan. You know what I mean? Like, that was something that really bonded me and my middle brother. Not Shane, the one you guys see, but my other brother. Wrestling really, in fact, to this day, he was just down here making dinner. And we were talking about some wrestling shit while I was on the computer right before I came online to stream. It's like one of the only things me and him have in common. He's a lot different than Shane. So again, like, it meant something to me to get the poster for him and to get Shane one too. You know, so anyway, I know I've talked about this, but that's the fucking bullshit that, you know, I know this is first world problems, right? Like, I get it. I fucking get it. You know, I get that there's a lot worse things people are dealing with than worried about getting their fucking wrestling poster signed. But to me, it's a stress in my life that I would like to put to sleep. Anyways. My voice is sore from that story. But I am happy with my doll, although I thought it was going to be bigger. That's what she said. I thought it was going to be bigger, you know, but the detail on it is nice. Everybody that's seen it thinks it's cool. I asked the company, I'm like, hey, because, you know, I used to do auctions and shit on Instagram, and then COVID hit, and, like, I've really been itching to do something for charity lately. I just haven't done it in, like, 2 years, and that's one of the things that early on in my TV career I started to do. And we did a big auction for, I'm trying to remember what we were raising money for. I did an auction for Tonda when she got sick, but we did one right before that or right after that. I can't remember. And it was right like 2 days before like the shit hit the fan with COVID. And one person, there was a woman bidding that night, bought like $2,500 worth of shit, which we only raised like $3,000 or $3,200, and she lived in Charlotte, and she bought all that shit, and her one request was that I delivered it to her. She gave me her phone number, like talked to her. She was like a vice president of some bank. You could tell she had money, and she ghosted me. Like, I tried to kind of, in fact, she ended up blocking me, and she blocked Tonda as well. And to this day, I think that she backed out because all of a sudden people were scrambling and saying that they weren't going to be able to get food and you couldn't find toilet paper or hand sanitizer anywhere. And, like, you know, I think she backed out. Just everybody was freaking out, and she didn't really think she needed, you know, 4 original E.T. movie posters and I don't know, like 4 signed 8x10s of Tim Malcolm or whatever the fuck else she bought in that auction. But I asked the company, right, like, hey, if I wanted to have you make another one of these, you know, can you do it? And they were like, yeah, but they never gave me a price because I was going to have another one made and I was going to fucking auction it for the next auction charity event that I did. I'm sure they're going to want like $300 fucking dollars and it'll probably sell an auction for like $150. So it's like, you know, is it worth it or not? But I think it's fucking cool. I mean, especially because we're both from Charlotte. Like, that's the thing that I feel like makes it special. So, no, the bullying we did. And I still have the letter somewhere from that charity. They sent me a nice letter, like, thanking me for the donations and all that shit. I don't think they knew who the fuck I was. Like, I think they just thought I was some random guy that made a donation. I don't think they realized that I had, like, done a whole auction and had goddamn Carol Brady come on. You know, I don't know if y'all remember that auction. We had Carol Brady on it, the little girl from the Brady Bunch, who's now, like, I mean, she's an old lady now, but she, like, auctioned off, like, I think a custom piece of artwork that she had painted or some shit, and Ricky Rackman, I think, was on it. We had a couple different people that came onto that one. But the one that everybody backed out of, I want to say it was like for wives of dead troops or something. It was something for veterans. You know, anytime we put one of those together, I throw out like 3 topics of like shit that interests me in helping. And you know what? Like in the beginning, it would be me like writing these charities like, hey, I want to do an auction. And like 90% of these people would never write me back. So like what it would come down to is there may have been 2 other charities I really wanted to work with more, but whoever ended up writing me back would be the one that I would do, because I'm like, I mean, you can't even get in touch with people to give them fucking money. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to talk about. So, what time is it? 11:45. Well, I feel like story time with Tim tonight was pretty good. I am taking my mother to see Buddy Guy next month. That's the next concert I'm attending. I just got an email that Queensryche, Adam Sandler, Steel Panther, Joe Coy, who I would love to go see, Fozzy, Future, David Cross, Rio Speedwagon, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Flogging Molly, Jerry Cantrell, Boyz II Men, WWE, and Sarah Silverman are all coming to Charlotte in the next couple of months. But I got front row tickets to see Buddy Guy, and I'm taking my mother, which is very unusual. Me and my mom don't typically do anything together like that, but I bought the tickets and I invited her to go because I knew she would enjoy it. And I'm getting old and she's getting old, and I was like, she took me to my first concert, which was Motley Crue, when I was in 5th grade. So I wanted to take her to at least one concert before it's too late, you know, and either one of us is unhealthy and can't go, or somebody passes away. Yeah, Joe Coy is great. I would love. In fact, out of all the ones I just read, let's see how much these tickets are. So $400? That's not terrible. I really want front row, but that's 3rd row center stage. That's pretty much center. How much are these? The same price. Okay, so why the fuck would somebody buy those? And how much are these? Same price. How much are these? Same price. Now you can sit back here for 81 bucks. Wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 26 rows cost you $300. What's the math on that? So it's $11 a row the closer you sit. But they only have one, like, somebody must have bought 3 seats, and then, like, that one, who wants to sit there? Like, one person's gonna go sit by themselves in, like, almost the middle of that row? Come on. Maybe that's why that ticket is so cheap. What's the nosebleed? 51 bucks? That's probably the cheapest. Yeah, 51, 51. 51. 81. Wow. Oh, I wonder if they have he probably doesn't even do meet and greets. So on this website, what's the? Wait, does Joy Coy not have a? Yeah, if y'all never watched Joy Coy's stand up, like I think Netflix or HBO has a bunch of them. Man, they are really funny. He's funny, man. He's another guy I would like to meet and have my fucking picture taken with him. But he's probably too big to do meet and greets. Usually, like, the only comedians that would do meet and greets are the ones that do, like, a comedy club, not a fucking... The Bojangles Coliseum's actually, like, right down the street from here. It's pretty big. It's like a real coliseum. Damn, he's only got 262,000 followers? I would have thought he had way more than that. What about on Instagram? Oh, 1.9 million. Okay. Yeah, I've learned if you wait till the day of the show, that's when you can get a good deal on tickets. Because somebody bought tickets now, and then for whatever reason, shit comes up in people's lives, and they'll be looking to sell those damn tickets. Anything exciting going on Twitter? Let's see. State of survival. Oof. Wow. Man, I can't imagine. Like, I got like 22 NFTs stolen from me a few months ago. This guy apparently had a CryptoPunk, which was probably worth like, I don't know, $500,000 for just that one. He looks like he had some Bored Ape yachts too, so this guy had probably over $1 million of NFTs stolen. Damn, man, that sucks. It makes me sick to my stomach to see it, cause I know what it feels like. I don't know what it feels like to lose some shit like that. But what do we got here? Who's this? Andre and what's her name? Libby. The things I've heard about them. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was trying to do an AMA on Reddit, and I don't know if y'all ever read this 90-day uncensored. I had to like really look. I'm like, they don't have my picture on this, and I was like looking, and I finally found it, and now I'm looking again and I don't see it. But I did see it, because I was like, they have Jesse on here. I was like, they should have me. Oh, and there I am right there. And there. It's just, it's a repeating pattern once you stare at it for a while. But people were not happy with the notice that I gave. They requested a week's notice. I was like, yeah. Okay. I can't make a week's notice for anything. Alright, well, it's been real, guys. I think that I am out of shit to say and stream about. I'll probably stream again. One of my New Year's resolutions was to start streaming more again, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Obviously, I don't want to. I know I've been saying I don't want to do a game YouTube. I just don't know what I want to do. So when I figure that out, I'm gonna get it going. But until then, I do not know. I will. Thank you very much, Tanya. Thank you for everybody that joined. And I will talk to you guys later.